Game 3 of our weekend series between the visiting Southwestern Assemblies of God University Lions and your SCU Eagles. Well, I'm Luke Young. I'm joined by Parker Lane, and let me tell you, we have had a day already. Parker, this one's coming down to the wire.
It's been fun. Even though the last game didn't go SCU's way, it's a beautiful day. We're having some great baseball. Luke, you tore up a pickle about the size of a child's leg during the break. And I can't imagine a better day of baseball than this.
You are correct. That was a very good pickle. And it was about that big. That was not a joke. Hard swing on the 1-0. This one's sending Braden Browning back to the wall and right. That's out of here. Game 3 led off with a solo home run.
And that's a tough look for Gabriel Figueroa, who's starting this one on the mound. Replacing Ogando from the last game, his very first pitch sails over that right wall. And already the Lions are up to a quick start. It's not the start you want for your Eagles fans.
Well, Chapman got all of that one. We have seen Chapman be a major part of the SAGU force today. Figueroa to the next pitch, another sharp foul ball. The Lions hitters going after Figueroa early.
Yeah, we can only hope that it doesn't shake his confidence as a pitcher. You see a bunt. And that one is going to
that's a perfect
stay
bunt.
fair.
That is about as perfect a bunt as you can lay down.
The Lions have all the momentum in the world right now, Luke. They won the first game of this doubleheader off of a misread. You had a runner coming in from third to home, and now it starts off with a home run for the Lions and a perfect bunt to get a man on base. This is not an ideal start for the Eagles.
No, SAGU is wasting no time today. Breaking ball found the zone, 0-1. But, I mean, the first batter of the game in a solo shot. That's got to feel bad if you're Figueroa. Pick off attempt, but nothing was going there. Count still 0-1. But this series is tied up 1-1, as I believe you mentioned before. So a lot rides on this game. SAGU, of course, ranked number 23 right now, SU unranked. So a series win here would be very big for the Eagles. But clearly, SAGU doesn't want to give it up.
They are fighting tooth and nail, no doubt. Figueroa keeps on checking at first. They can't get him there. An error for the Lions sends Day to second. Excuse me, an error in favor of the Lions, an error on the Eagles.
And this is not good. It seems SAGU has kicked off the rust from the beginning of Game 1, but SU is still on the back foot. A runner in scoring position with no one away. SAGU knocking on the door once more. The 0-2 pitch from Figueroa. Weak ground ball right side. Gomez is going to get there. One out made it first, but the lead runner heads over to third. Just like that, the Lions have a man 90 feet away.
Luke, you think we're going to see a bunt attempt here? Try to get that ball over that right side line. Get number 12 Day into the home plate. Get a run on.
It wouldn't be the strangest thing to go for. But the way these bats are swinging right now, they might just let them go around on it. The 0-0 from Figueroa. There it is, another big swing. The Lions bat still riding hot after the end of Game 1 today. They're looking to press this advantage and get out to a large lead early on. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, though. Figueroa ahead 0-2. Great pitch to come back with after that sharp foul ball.
I think Figueroa just needs to settle down here. You're already 4 deep into this rotation. You've given up a home run already. Let's just put it behind you. Settle down. Get things going.
I 1-2 outside. Looks like there was a ball on the ground behind the plate there. Regardless, we're ready to go. 1-2 count at the plate. Figueroa on the mound, pitching to Craig Venable. Venable lines one into right. Browning running forward. That's going to drop. 1 run scores. Venable holding up at first with an RBI single.
So Day hits home plate, Luke, and you're looking at the first 4 hitters for the Lions. First hit, a homer. Second up, a hit. Third up is an out, but you advance the runner to third, and then the 4th batter up is another hit. That's 3 hits and 4 batters up. Man, gotta change something here. Gotta do something different.
Foul tip right back in the gloves. Ames throw on a line and perfect to get the second out. I say that first out, it was productive out for the Lions, no doubt. The offense has been mashing early on, but that might put a wrench in things just a little bit.
You mentioned Zane Banfield getting up quick. Early in the first game, struggled to get the pop, get it to second base, had no trouble there.
Breaking ball found in the inner half, 0-2 to Compamizzi. Two-strike pitch, swing and a miss. Figueroa gets a strikeout to end the top half of this inning, but the damage is done. The Lions out to an early lead.
Yeah, Eagles happy to get out of that inning right there. That could have been 10 times worse than it was.
Well, this game is just underway. A pivotal Game 3 in this weekend series. Don't go anywhere. This is just getting started. Bottom of the first, Sagu got out to an early lead, and now it'll fall on the Eagles to try and make up some ground. Drake Sparks leading it off again for the Eagles in this doubleheader. The lineup for SU hasn't changed too much.
No, it has not, and the Eagles got off to an early start and then slowed down. We'll see if they can regain some rhythm.
This will be the game to do it. As I mentioned in the top half, this is a pivotal Game 3 against a ranked opponent. You need the series win if you're SU. There could very well be postseason implications on the line here. Ball 3 dealt high. Sparks quickly ahead 3-0.
Something we saw in the last game, Luke, starting pitcher and really closing pitcher too, Hickey for the Lions. Kept a high pace, kept things going, just working through his pitches, and it looks like Reagan Smith is going to continue to do the same.
Ooh. And that'll be a walk on a pitch that almost hit Sparks. Just like that, the Eagles have a base runner on. Tyler Reed's the shortstop, the next man up. Two-hole look to keep the offense going. Move Sparks over into scoring position. Smith set. The pitch. Reed squares around for a bunt, drops down the right line. Smith is there to make the play, and the throw to first in time for out number 1. But Sparks has been moved to second. Despite the 2-0 deficit, the SU Eagles not shying away from the small ball inning. They're going to stick to their strengths and try to score this run the only way they know how.
Well, this is a lineup that we've seen a lot of so far this season, Luke, and it's clear that they're putting the best of the best out there. You're playing a nationally ranked opponent. You really got to pull out all the stops.
George Gomez, next batter. Gomez comes out swinging a sharp line drive into right field. Sparks being held up by Coach Blackwell at third. And a single puts runners on the corners for SCU.
You saw to close out that last game, Coach Blackwell sent first baseman Boone running when he probably should have kept him there. And that ended the first game. You see Coach with just a little bit more reservation there, keeping his runner at third.
Makes sense this early on in the game. When you're down in the 9th inning by 1 run, you have a chance to tie it. You might be more willing to make a risky play there.
Especially when you're already up a game on the series. By giving up that first game, you tie the series, and now you get things rolling again. And sure, you're down 2 now, but we're at the bottom of the first inning. There's plenty of time as that one gets past shortstop.
Excellent line drive single by Dario Paredes. Just like that, the Eagles scored runs the only way they know how, stringing hits together, and it's a 1-run ball game. Gomez standing on second with less than 1. Paredes on first. Phoenix Nelson stepping into the box. Left fielder has a chance to tie this one up.
And I got to say, Luke, this feels like night and day different from the first game. The first game, a lot of contact, but not a lot of clean contact, and not quite hitting the barrel of the bat. But now it's just hits all over the field for both teams.
Yep, you were correct. Game 1 today started off very slow on both sides. It was just a matter of who could get the bats going for one more run than the next. Big cut on the 0-1. Fouled off 0-2.
Yeah, Nelson's not holding back any here. He's swinging for the fences.
He's not the type of player to, I'll tell you that much. Smith has got a pitch he likes. Ready for the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, fouled off. Phoenix stays alive in this AB.
And you see the the designated hitter for today, Drake Sparks, get down in the catcher position. He is a catcher occasionally, but today he is the DH.
Yeah, he's not letting that fielding percentage slide. That was a clean play. Ground ball right back to Smith. He's going to go to 2. 1 out. The roll in time to get Nelson for 2.
And that's a crisp double play.
Crisp is a good word to describe it. A double play gets Sagu out of the inning, but the Eagles managed to pick up 1 and cut that lead down to 1. So we move into the second. It's a 2-1 ball game, Lions' favor, but we're just getting underway. Top of the second now. Sagu on top, 2-1. My name is Luke Young. I'm joined today by Parker Lane in this pivotal Game 3 between SCU and Sagu. Figueroa on the mound for the Eagles. He gave up a solo shot in the first to start things off. And this time, it's a ground ball to Reese at short. Backhand, the throw across the diamond. In time to get the leadoff man. Much better start to this inning than the first inning, huh, Parker?
He had plenty of time on that one. There was no rush. He threw a cannon to first base.
That'll bring up J.V. Verdon. Verdon has had himself a pretty good day at the plate so far. It's a matter of pressing your advantage right now for the Lions. They want to extend that lead by more than one. Figueroa deals a nasty off-speed strike.
Yeah, that one had a lot of movement to it. Figueroa is starting to find his rhythm on the mound.
Foul ball straight into Zane. Makes it 0-2. He's a catcher. He's back there willingly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're in full padding, but even still. Being a catcher and then being a goalie in hockey, I don't think I could do. I think the occupational hazard is too great.
1-2 count at the plate after a fastball left too far out. Figueroa deals. Another weak ground ball. The Verdon manages to stay alive. Figueroa's got his pitch into his motion. Here's the 1-2 offering. A little bit low and out. Count him out 2-2. Well, Figueroa is a high strikeout pitcher. He loves to get swings and misses. Whereas you saw Gondo in Game 1 today use his defense a lot. Figueroa is somewhat more content to get them themselves, as that one's a line into left field for a single.
Up next for the Lions, the catcher, number 40, Justin De Los Santos.
So now we see the catcher step up to the plate, Luke. How do you feel about the misconception sometimes that pitchers and catchers can't hit the ball as well as some of the other field positions?
I have seen too many good hitting catchers to agree with that notion. Pitchers I'll still joke about, you know, they're not athletes and all that, but I'll go to bat for a catcher, so to say. Strike one down on the other half. Figueroa ahead once more.
Yeah, that one was just tiptoeing the line of what we've seen today for what this umpire's box is going to be. I feel like that one could have gone either way based on the previous calls.
Better to find out where the zone is early than late. Figueroa set. Here's the 0-1. Big swing, but right through it. 0-2.
Yeah, got him again. And you're right. This is a pitcher that's wanting to put his opponents on their heels, wondering what's next, putting some movement inside, and then just changing things up, giving them what they least expect.
Figueroa quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. See what he throws here. The 0-2 offering. Check swing, foul ball. Kind of stay where it is.
That was an interesting check swing, Luke. I feel like if he had just followed through a little more, he might have been able to make something happen with that, put a little curve on it, maybe lay it down in right field.
Possibly, but with the velo from Figueroa, that'd be a tough job.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls tip into that right foul spot today.
This one's going to get past Boone at first. A hard ground ball sends it into right field. Lead runner heading to third, and that'll put runners on the corners for the Lions with 1 away. Excellent piece of 2-strike hitting there.
Well, we've already seen the recipe for getting out of an inning with runners on the corners today, Luke. It is a double play from second to first. We'll see if this fielding team can do it as Mosley steps up to the plate.
De Los Santos. Actually, excuse me, De Los Santos is off. There's a courtesy runner out there now. I believe that's 41 Hernandez. Hernandez is a steal threat. He goes. There's a bunt attempt, but it's pulled back for strike 1. Hernandez safely at second.
Yeah, no problem getting there. You expected that one to happen anyway. In fact, that almost does more good for you than bad because, yes, a runner's in scoring position. But now, if you're Figueroa, you're not having to worry about picking him at first or if he's going to steal second. You just know where he is.
That is true. Unfortunately, this does take away a conventional double play from the Eagles defense. We'll see what they can't come up with here. That's a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Now, Figueroa is, again, he's got 2 strikes on the batter. Just needs to find a way to get that 3rd strike. The Lions boast a very strong offensive lineup. See what Figueroa figures out here. Tried to get him looking, but left it just too high, 1-2. A base hit here would score 2 and extend the lead for the Lions to the most it's been all weekend. Foul ball. Count stays 1-2.
Yeah, the pressure's pretty much off here for Mosley. You've only got 1 out. You've got runners on 2nd and 3rd. Even if you strike out here, you're pretty content with what you've got so far.
If he flew out here, he'd be very content. All the Lions need right now is a productive out at worst. Line drive right past the glove of Figueroa. Runner's going to go home. Yours looking at the trail runner. They're going to get Hernandez in a rundown. Tag is made. But the heads up running by Mosley puts him on 2nd with 2 away.
Lions get a run there. Eagles get an out. Still have a runner in scoring position, but there's not really much more you can expect from that. Just barely outside of the pitcher's reach on that hit.
The Lions lead now at 2 to 3-1 ball game. This is the most it's ever been all weekend. 2 runs. No more. Sometimes less.
Most of the time less. I think literally all the time less. It's not been this big so far. But it just goes to show how close these 2 teams are. Sagu's barely in the national rankings. SCU nipping at their heels. Not quite in it at that time. Figueroa nails Chapman with the pitch to the back.
Yeah, that one just got away from him. Tried to go back with that off-speed inside. Just let it drop a little bit too much outside.
Obviously, that wasn't intentional, but that also isn't the worst situation for the Eagles. You don't advance a runner any, and Chapman has been shown to be a dangerous hitter. I think moving on, I don't think you can be too upset at what happened.
Yep, now there's a force at any bag for this final out. Matt Day steps into the box for the Lions. Here's Figueroa's 0-0 today. Found the outer half, strike 1.
Yeah, that one was close. Just painted that outside edge.
Matt Day crowding the plate a lot. Here's the 0-1. Over the middle, this one fouled off, not a play. 0-2. Figueroa's got him on the back foot once more. No balls, 2 strikes. Can he find the 3rd strike for out number 3? Got something he likes. Figueroa comes set. The 0-2 offer. Breaking ball fouled off by Day once more. Count stays where it is.
Figueroa's got some room to work here. Try to get your man chasing. And even if he makes some contact again, you tag any bag and it's a force out at this point.
Figueroa deals. This one skips away from Banfield behind the plate. Runner from 3rd being sent home. He's going to try and make it. No one's covering the plate. Figueroa gave up on the play.
And SCU just looks defeated right now. They can't find any momentum, a lack of communication, giving up plays you shouldn't have.
This is not good for SU. They've already got the bullpen warming up, and that lack of effort is the exact opposite of what this SU coaching staff preaches. There's no tolerance for that on that lineup. Weak ground ball right side. Figueroa is going to elect to cover the bag. The flip. In time for out number 3. But the damage is done for the first time all weekend. A lead is more than 2 for either team. 4-1 ball game, Lions favor.
Lions get 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 left on base. Bottom of the second.
Bottom of the second, Sagu on top 4-1 in this pivotal game 3. The offense being led off by Zane Banfield for SCU.
Luke, one of the worst things that can happen to you as a baseball player is letting your disappointment from the previous half of inning stretch into the other. So if you've had a tough time on defense, you can't let it slip into your offense, and vice versa. You have to take each one of those little squares over there on the scoreboard, put it in its own little box. Just forget about what happened beforehand. Try to play for the now.
Absolutely, especially if you're leading off an inning like Banfield is. Now Zane quickly behind 0-2 after a check swing and a hard foul ball. See what Smith throws him here. That one's a ball, way too low. 1-2. But like we said, despite the deficit, it's a long game. We're playing 7 innings today on account of the doubleheader. Another check swing. He did not go around. 2-2.
Banfield starting to find a rhythm here. You just got to get on base at this point. You don't need to be a hero here.
Pop up in center. Center fielder crashing in hard for it. That is going to be caught on the run. Thought it had a chance to get down in no man's land for a second, but the center fielder was there to make the catch.
Up next for your Eagles, the center fielder number 2, Jake Cox.
Jake Cox will be the next batter up. Cox swings a good bat himself, and right now the Eagles really need a base runner.
Had an early double in last game's outing.
Comes out swinging but fouls one off, 0-1. And 1 pitch in the zone, strike 2.
And that's some great framing by the catcher there. You see him stretch out wide to the right side. And again, we've said it earlier, but that pitch right there has been going either way, ball or striking. It worked out in favor of the Lions that time.
0-2 pitch was too far outside to be considered 1-2. That one again, outside but low, 2-2.
Yeah, no frame job can save that one.
Smith's trying to get a swing and a miss on this outer half. 2-2 pitch, fouled off by Cox again. Count will stay where it is.
Yeah, I thought that one looked good too. That was right in his sweet spot.
Ball high and in. Jay Cox works this one back to a full count.
That one's low, and that's ball number 4. So Cox makes his way to first base, and the Eagles have a runner on.
That's very good. That's exactly what SU needs right now. They just got to keep finding answers to the offensive production Sagu puts out. Joseph Boone, the next batter.
Boone
Less than one out.
He finished off that last game super strong too, Luke. I'm excited to see what he can do early in this one.
He'll take a ball high and in. 1-0 immediately to Joseph Boone.
And wasn't even phased, too. Just a few inches out in front of his face. Not even a flinch.
That one too far in. 2-0. Joseph Boone, unwavering in the face of danger. You know, nerves of steel. That one hits him.
So now that's 2 straight walks for the Eagles. And Smith started out really strong, and the last couple of at-bats has started to deteriorate.
Looks like we'll have a mound visit from the Sagu side of things, as Braden Browning will be the next batter up for the Eagles. Browning, batting in the 9-hole today, has a chance to knock in a run and turn over the order for the Eagles. But he's had a tough game 1 today.
Yeah, really struggling at the bat. We'll see what he can do. Sometimes you just got to shake it off, take 20 minutes, have a Gatorade, get off your feet for a little bit. Sometimes that's all it takes. So we'll see if that's what the right fielder needs in order to put some offensive production on the field today.
Maybe a pickle, right?
A thick, juicy ballpark pickle. Maybe a hot dog with some mustard.
Maybe. Looks like the mound visit's concluded. We're ready to get back in the action. Runners on first and second with 1 away for the Eagles. Browning, the batter.
Browning's in a good spot here. It's not all on his shoulders right now. He just needs to calm down and play his game.
This ball is going to skip away from the catcher. Both runners advance. 2 runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. This is a golden opportunity for the Eagles.
And see, that's the best thing that can happen to you for Browning. You haven't really done anything, and it's still a net positive play for your time at bat. So he's just in a good spot. It looks like he might have bumped into the catcher or something. He's shaking his arms.
I'm not exactly sure. He did sort of make a check swing on that, so maybe it was something about holding it up.
You see the coach examining his left arm here. We'll see if he steps back up to the plate. But in the meantime, Luke, I asked a question to the rest of the producers here in the booth, but I'm going to ask it to you now. If you could have any song, what would you pick as your walk-up song?
Well, any song in the world. I'm pretty big on rock and roll, but I also like some country and some rap. I think if I had to choose one right now, I would probably go something like Rollout by Ludacris. That's got a very good opening I like. Strike 1, Delta Braden Browning. But there are definitely also some other songs I enjoy. There's one I've had in the back of my mind, very cocky. It's called Everybody Loves Me by One Republic.
Oh, yeah.
That song is just so much fun for me. I just do not consider myself good enough or loved enough to have that as my actual walk-up.
I think mine would be Back in Black. It's just a classic. Classic opener, classic ballpark song. I think maybe cliche, but I'll pick that one.
Line drive by Brandon Browning. That one's going to land on the line. In fair territory. That's going to score 2 easily. Browning running first, heading to second. He'll be there on a slide. A 2 RBI double for the right fielder.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Once the weight's off your shoulders, and he struggled a little bit in that first game, but you hit a hit like that, lands right along that right line, you get 2 runs in, you got to be feeling good.
The Sagu lead cut back to 1 here in the bottom of 2. It's a 4-3 ball game early on in this pivotal game 3. I feel like I've said pivotal a lot.
It's a huge series for both of these teams. If Sagu loses this, they fall out of the top 25. If SCU wins this, they've knocked out a nationally ranked opponent. There's a lot on the line. And things are looking up for SCU as the rotation flips over. And who else? Sparks steps up at bat.
Lefty has a chance to tie this game up with listen to. Though Oda Sparks swung on, fouled a hard back out of play on 1.
Yeah, just a little bit late there on that one.
You can see the intent behind that swing. He's looking to put something in the outfield here. Smith comes set. The 0-1. Low and in, ball 1.
Yeah, Sparks started really good and has given up a few runs since then and hasn't looked the same. Let's see if the Eagles can really shake him up here.
The 1-1 to Sparks. High and out for ball number 2. And as you said, Reagan Smith on the mound starting to falter, starting to kind of lose the control.
Well, it doesn't feel like the momentum is going any one way now. The SCU bench starting to get a little bit vocal. A few extracurriculars as that one fouls almost right into the press box.
Those tend to move our camera around. Looks like we're still good. Of course, we always want to bring you the best picture we can up here at SCU. 2-2 the count at the plate. Smith delivers. Another foul ball. Oh, watch out. That almost hit our athletic trainer, Harv, down there by the dugout. You got to stay heads up on the baseball field.
Drake's hitting just a little bit low. He's expecting just more movement or it to not rise as much. If he can find the center of ball, this one he is going to send it flying.
Takes a ball outside. Count moves to full.
And he's got such great vision, too. Like, especially for normally a catcher, he's a designated hitter today. He has quite the eye for what's going to be inside and outside.
Sparks embodies the yes, yes, no mentality many hitters try to cultivate. So the 3-2. Line drive in the left. Left fielder running back. He's not going to be able to get there. Browning rounding third, heading for home, being waved all the way. Sparks rounding second. That's where he'll be held up. It's an RBI double for Drake Sparks. Tie ball game.
Yeah, you see Venable out there in left field. Craig Venable runs for it on his heels. Can't quite get there in time. We talked about it last game, Luke. It's way easier to run forward than it is backwards.
That it is, and looks like this might be it for Reagan Smith, and it is. It wasn't able to stave off the SU bats for long enough, and it's a tie ball game in the bottom of 2 when he leaves.
That's tough as a pitcher because you come into this doubleheader, you know you're going to be starting that second game, and you said it earlier, it's a pivotal game, Luke. And it looks like the Lions just not quite what they want right now.
We will let the pitching change take place and bring it back in a little bit. We've got an exhilarating Game 3 coming your way. SU's tied this one up in the bottom of 2, 4-4 ball game. Drake Sparks standing on second with less than 2 outs. Tyler Reeves, the batter. Top of the SU lineup just keeps smashing. See if Tyler Reeves can't get the lead back for SU. Comes out swinging at the first pitch, but strike 1 on the foul ball.
Just tips in the first inning, he had a sac bunt that put Sparks in scoring position. He was the only scorer of that first inning, so like hasn't had a hit so far this game. He's put his team in a better position because of his selfless play.
Productive outs. Big swing at the 0-1 line right to the third baseman. He's going to go to 2, and the double play is realized as Sparks just barely doesn't get back in time, although he, of course, disagrees with the call. Looks like there's no bad blood between Sparks and that field ump, though. Very smart man, that Drake Sparks. Doesn't want to get on bad terms with anybody. But the double play ends it for the Eagles in the bottom of 3, but they pick up 3 to tie this ball game back up.
Well, it looks like things are working out for freshman Trevor Profrock as he steps up to the mound and he gets 1 out to put that one away. Or he gets 2 outs, I guess, in that double play to put that one away.
Figueroa still on the mound for SCU as we go into the half inning, or go into the new inning rather. Don't go anywhere. This ball game might as well have just started.
And as we come back to Eagle Field on this beautiful Saturday, your SCU Eagles take the field once more here at the top of the third. Parker Lane joined by Luke Young, and it's Gabriel Figueroa at the mound as we get things underway. That first pitch, strike 1. Confident way to start things out so far as the Lions are down 0-1. Solid hit deep into right center field. That's going to be pulled down, and they're going to keep him at first as Braden Browning finds the man to tag him there.
Excellent route by Braden Browning in right field to cut that one off and limit that base hit to just that, a base hit.
Yeah, that could have very easily been a double if there was a miscommunication or something along those lines. So Collins on first base now. Venable steps up, the left fielder for the Lions.
Back pick, not in time, but strike at the plate.
An excellent heads up by Banfield there. Sees the runner with just a little bit too much space, tries to pick off Collins at first. He can't quite get it, but it's still a strike. So now Figueroa sees bunt from Venable. That ball's wild, and so now the runner advances to second, and Collins is in scoring position for the Lions.
Well, if that bunt was getting down, the runner was probably getting to second anyways, but now it's a 1-1 instead of potentially having a 1 out with that runner on. Figueroa really spiked that one.
Now there's a runner in scoring position, no outs yet for the Lions. And this game has been much more offense-focused, I think, Luke, than the previous one.
Even the early bunt shown. Pulls it back, just missed the zone.
That's going to be ball 2, 2-1 count. Collins hasn't made any moves to try to advance to third so far. Haven't needed to pick him off.
You can see by how early the batter is showing this is a sacrifice bunt all the way. He's not bunting for base hit. It'll be just that.
Indeed, they get him out at first, and now Collins is on third in prime scoring position.
90 feet away.
As we see Compamizi step up. The second baseman with his bright orange bat steps up. Man, that really is, can't hide that thing, can you?
Bright orange bat, bright yellow gloves.
Number 24 looking to make a statement. Ball number 1. Tie game still 4-all as we are underway in this third inning properly now. Another ball inside.
You can see on the screen the infield playing completely in on the grass. This is a prevent defense. They're not letting that run get across.
So now it's a 2-0 count. Striked by Compamizzi. That one fouls out right side.
Say, this Lions lineup has hit some of the hardest foul balls I think I've ever seen.
They are knocking them out. Like, that's no joke.
When we say sharp foul balls, we mean sharp foul balls.
They have some velocity. Another one. Tons of exit velocity, just back and to the right. So it's now a 2-2 count after two straight fouls from Compamizzi.
Figueroa needs this out here.
Swing, second base, gets just past shortstop. And now the Lions score another run to put them up 5-4.
Prevent defense worked against SU a little bit there, as that was just out of the reach of Tyler Reeves.
Didn't have enough space, just a few inches outside of his glove.
Up next for the Lions, the first baseman, number 44, Alejandro Garcia.
Now up for the Lions. First baseman Garcia steps up. The runner on first and just one out. Sagu facing no pressure as there is a meeting on the mounds.
Looks like we'll see a pitching change here. I think with that ground ball, that'll do it for Figueroa.
Yeah, and we see some new faces step out of the bullpen.
I believe this is the lefty Holden Kuntz.
Now pitching for your SCU Eagles, number 19, Holden Kuntz.
Holden, of course, the first arm in relief behind Figueroa. The last time Figueroa pitched, he threw a complete game, I believe a no-hitter. So Holden didn't get to throw that game, believe it or not. But now he's getting his chance and in a very important environment against the Lions.
And so we'll step away for just a second as the new pitcher starts to warm up, but we'll be back momentarily. Welcome back to the third inning of SCU Eagles baseball as things are just now starting to get interesting here in Eagle Field. I'm Parker Lane, joined by Luke Young, and as we anxiously await the first pitch from the relief pitcher Holden Kuntz. Just a score update, your Eagles down 4-5 here. Looking to turn things around. The entire last game, Luke, we didn't see a pitching change for either team. And now both of these teams have had one in the third inning.
Yeah, the offenses have woken up for both squads. I mean, a 5-4, this was the final score of game one of this series, and it's likely just going to keep climbing.
Indeed, it looks like it will, and that's ball two. So it's a 2-1 count for the first baseman. Lions have one out so far here.
Holden Kuntz inherits not just the one-run deficit, but a runner on first.
An absolute sky ball from the first baseman. And who else? Boone, the Eagles' first baseman, pulls that one down. So it's now 2 outs, runner on first.
Holden is a flame-throwing lefty. Mixing up the arm angle and boasting a very, very deadly curveball.
Verdon managed to get a hit the last time around, so gotta watch out for him here as that pitch is high. So it'll be a 1-0 count. You see Holden looking. Fires just outside, so that's going to be strike number 1.
Hard hit down the line, but just roped foul.
A little bit too late. Just got a little bit too much grip on there and sent that one spinning wide right. Kuntz pitch outside. It's now 2-1 count. And he's staring down Compamizzi on first. Doesn't want him to take off without him at least looking.
No, as a lefty pitcher, he has that advantage. Another sharp foul ball.
That's going to be strike number 2. Even count at 2 with 2 outs. Kuntz just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The ball's inside. Runner heading towards second. And he's going to hold up there. So now the Lions have a runner in scoring position off of that low pitch. And it's a full count.
Just tried to go low and in on him, but lost control of it. As hard as he does, though, it is hard to control it sometimes.
So for the sophomore from Enid, here's the payoff pitch. Bloops it down to shortstop. And they're not going to be able to get him at first, but they
got him at the plate. He's out.
Will
He
get
never
him at
touched
the
it.
plate. Indeed. I was waiting for the call from the ump, but my man Luke was on it. And so as the top half of the third inning comes to an end, your Eagles down once more, 5-4.
Heads up defense all around there, and it saves that inning for the Eagles.
That was a questionable call, sending him to go to home. I'm not sure I would have done that. Because your runner's not quite out on first, but it was close, and then you're sending somebody home, and I don't know.
Just try to catch the defense sleeping again. I mean, we've seen the aggressiveness from both sides.
Well, they don't pay me to coach either, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But as that top of the third comes in, we'll be back in just a little bit. Feel free to grab a snack, a Coke, maybe some Gatorade.
A pickle.
Or pickle, indeed. We'll be back in just a second. And here we are at the bottom of the third. Your Eagles up to bat. Starting with who else other than second baseman Joris Gomez. And he has a quick strike high out to right field. And it looks like that one's going to go foul. So that'll be strike one.
Ridiculous cut on the 0-0. He's looking to take it a long ways.
He's already got a hit to his name in this game alone, as that ball goes wide outside. You see freshman Profrock trying to figure out his limits here. And that one's low, so now it's a 2-1 count.
You pointed out the excellent eye Drake Sparks had earlier. Yours Gomez has one to rival it. He does not swing at too many things out of the zone. It's got to be very competitive to get a swing and a miss out of Gomez.
And he swung there, and it was a miss. That's going to be strike two.
Even
Not
there,
because he was chasing it, but because that was going to be a strike no matter where. Check swing there into the dirt, and now it's a full count.
So he goes after the ones in the zone. That was a nice pitch, pretty high up, and then he leaves the one that broke out of the zone away.
Pay off, swing, and a miss. And that's going to be out number one to kick things off here at the bottom of the third. Now, Paredes steps up to bat. He has a hit already in this one, along with a run to go with it.
The Lions defense playing heavy shift to the pole.
And a solid strike from Paredes gets past second in a center field, so he's going to have an easy single there.
You can see Sagu putting on the shift, but it wasn't enough to stop Paredes, who still managed to find a hole.
And I feel like that's what it's going to take to decide a winner of this game. It's not going to be the big hits that go high. Those haven't been succeeding so far today. It's going to be solid contact, splitting the gaps, good hits. You know, easier said than done, of course. So now Nelson will step up. Here's the left fielder at bat. He's got one out to work against. And that's strike one for him.
Nelson is looking to dump something right over the shortstop's head into the left center gap.
So 0-1 pitch. That one's outside, make it 1-1. He's got Paredes on first. Paredes might have an opportunity to steal as Nelson gets one to shortstop. Out at second, and he's safe at first. So no runner advancing and another out. Overall positive play for the Lions as Paredes jogs back to the dugout. And stepping up for your Eagles, let's see here, number 15, the catcher, Banfield. Let me tell you, Luke, there is no sleep till Brooklyn.
You got to explain that to me. I don't know what that means.
It's the song.
I know that's the song. What does no sleep till Brooklyn mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know.
Might have to look that one up later. Are they on a road trip? Are we on a road trip? I'm pretty sure we're at home.
I think we're on a home trip right now. I think we're just at home.
I don't know.
Softball is on a road trip, and I think that they snuck out a win earlier today. And a solid strike from the catcher just goes wide left outside. So that's going to be strike number one. Ball one, strike one. A runner on first and two outs, what the Eagles are looking at currently. Banfield chips at it again, and once again it's a foul, so that's going to be strike number two.
Phoenix took off on that one, and he might have had an easily stolen bag there if that wasn't a foul ball. He got a very good jump.
So Nelson goes back to first. Banfield down a pitch. Swings at it again. This time hits it to third, and that's going to be an easy out number 3 for the Lions as they get out of this third inning without giving up any damage at all.
First time this game.
That is the first half inning without a score so far. You'd hate to see it against the Eagles.
Of course, this one's a long ways from over. We're just coming up on the halfway point after the top of the fourth, so a lot of baseball left to play.
Indeed, there is, Luke. You're not going to want to miss any of it when we come back at the top of the fourth and more SCU Eagles baseball to come. And welcome back to more Eagles baseball as we find ourselves in the top of the fourth. Your Eagles playing some defense right now as number 40, De Los Santos of the Lions, steps up to home plate. And early, it's a pitch inside for Kuntz. So that's ball number 1.
The velo has been there for Kuntz so far. He's just a little bit wild.
That one, a beauty down the center, and that's strike 1.
He's been doing that a lot. He'll throw a ball wild and then come right back over the zone. Then he'll throw a ball wild. See what he does here.
That one. Another strike just down the center, catching De Los Santos sleeping. Oh, and he chips at that one right to the shortstop, and that's out number 1.
That's absolutely a broken bat if that bat wasn't metal.
Have you ever seen anybody play with a wooden bat?
Yeah, I played
Here?
with wooden bats.
At this level?
Here I do not think so. I know one of our guys owns one, and we'll use it in practice, but not in the game, I don't think.
Alrighty.
He went around on that. Call him out. What?
So he's going to say that was not around, and that is ball number 1. Showed the bunt. Pulled off at the last second. That's going to be strike 1 as the man in the 9-hole Mosley finds himself a 1-1 count with 1 out. And that's strike number 2. Kuntz starting to find his rhythm.
I mean, he's a dangerous pitcher himself with momentum.
That one just a little bit low. Makes it 2-2. De Los Santos swings at that one. Tips off to the right. Still 2-2. De Los Santos over the second baseman, so he's going to get to first. Gomez not quite tall enough to pull that one down.
Not a super hard hit by any means, but just put in the right place. Sometimes that's all you need is a batter. Just a little bit of luck to swing your way.
As Lions rotation flips over, here's Chapman once more. Had a home run on the very first pitch of this one to put the Lions up early. Showed bunt. Thought about checking the man at first. And Kuntz has to respect Chapman here. He is a danger when he is at the plate.
No bunt shown on that one.
Another low pitch. It's going to be 2-0. Checks his man at first, so no action happening for Mosley. Kuntz gets it back, and he better be careful here, Luke, or he's going to find himself into a pitching hole.
That's ball 3 dealt, just like you said.
Chapman, so far at the plate for this game, has a home run and has been hit. So he is showing off some of his prowess at actually hitting the ball and working the counts while at the plate. That's strike one.
Good on hold and come back in the zone after 3 straight balls.
Kuntz once
Yep,
again. That's a strike, and Chapman thought that was going to be a ball. And if we're being honest, that's been a little bit of a gray area so far today, that outside edge. So full count. Here's the payoff. High, and Chapman does give his walk. So now he will be on first base, and there will be a runner in scoring position for the Lions.
Getting just a little wild right when he doesn't need to be. Gets behind, works himself back in, and then falls out again.
You're seeing a quick meeting here of the minds at the mound to figure out what the plan is.
To hold his credit, he is a very big mechanics guy. He talks about pitch mechanics all the time, engaging his body, making adjustments. So I imagine this break is exactly what he needs to kind of settle down and get everything refocused.
6-4 over Panhandle State. On the top of the fifth with 2 outs, runners on first and third.
So that seems like a pretty quick meeting. I think they just wanted to give him a chance to shake it out, have a breath, and then get back in there. Up against number 2 on the Lions rotation, third baseman, number 12, Day.
There's 1 out, a runner on first, so the double play is in play.
They just have to tag out a base here, and they'll get at least 1. That one low and inside, and it advances both runners. So now there's somebody on second and third, and things just got a little more tricky for the Eagles.
He's shown some offensive firepower today, but you don't want to let this game get out of hand. You can't be giving up 2-3 run leads every other inning and expect to have a real comeback attempt.
Yeah, you can only do that so many times per game. You see Banfield check third base there. Nobody was on the base to tag him out, so we just held on to that, and things keep on moving. 2-0 count. Make that a 2-1 count. As there appears to be some jawing between these two teams.
Oh, he went around.
Indeed, he did. I think his emotions are getting the best of him here, Luke.
Well, that is tough as a batter. It's hard enough to hit a baseball.
So even count, 2-2 against Dale. We'll see if he can focus up. Swings, chips it. It's going to be fouled out.
I don't know how he got his hands to that. He might as well have just thrown the bat at it and got the foul ball.
I think if you're Kuntz here, you throw it outside. Try to make him chase it like that. He is not pulling up for anything. You've got a ball to give up here. I don't know, Luke. What are you thinking?
I like what Holden's doing right now, just going at him. It's a ball low, but if he keeps it close, he can get a soft ground ball. They can check the runner back, and nothing will be hurt.
Well, now it's a full count. Kuntz versus Dale. Here's the payoff pitch. Contact high. First baseman Boone's after it. Is it out? And it is foul. Outside of Eagle Field. So the umpire is going to get some more ammunition. And the hitter and the pitcher will return to their places to get ready for another payoff pitch, Luke.
Man, that would have been a big out right there. Said Holmes got to throw another one, try to get the same result.
Kuntz caught him swinging, and that's out number 2.
Great pitch by Holden there. Just like I said, he took a second, figured out his mechanics, worked himself back in, and an excellent 3-2 pitch.
Third baseman Matt Dale will sit down. Collins will head up to the plate. It's the first baseman right there. Strike number 1. Make it a foul, rather, but it's still a strike on the board.
Everyone working fast right now. Holden's ready to go.
Kuntz catches his shoulder, so now the bases are loaded for the Lions.
Kuntz says he leaned into it, but it doesn't look like that's the call we're going to get.
So stepping up to the plate now for the Lions, number 9, Mr. Venable. See what the left fielder can do against the lefty on the mound. And another meeting is happening. Now, I know that the Lions have been getting on the base, but I don't think now is the time to pull your pitcher out. I think you just got to let him play a little bit longer here.
Looks like this will be a long mound meeting. And they are going to switch. They're going to Ashton Durham out of the bullpen.
Ashton Durham warmed up for the last one. Was never put in for Ogando, but he did warm up. So he will take the mound. So we'll see what the sophomore from Vernon, Texas can do. And after that pitching change, Ashton Durham is warmed right up, and so he will be on the mound now for your Eagles. And at bat for the Lions, number 9, Craig Venable, the left fielder. So it's 2 outs, bases loaded. That's going to be strike number 1 for the sophomore from Vernon.
Great first pitch from Ashton Durham there, going right at the batter.
That one's going to be inside, ball 1.
Yeah, SU dugout wanted strike 2 called there.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. A lot of pressure coming in for his first pitches of the game on Durham. That one in the dirt. You see Durham get to home plate, but the Lions will score, and it's now a 2-run game.
The pitch could have been a lot worse, but Banfield wasn't able to knock it down.
So here we go, 2-1. Now just a runner on second and third. Durham gets him swinging. That's strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on bags. There's a whole lot of 2 for Ashton Durham. That pitch catches him swinging. And the Eagles get out of the 4th, only giving up 1 run in what was certainly a scary situation.
Both Holden and Ashton pitched really well right there. It was just one too many pitches that got away from them, that weren't competitive enough, that maybe gave up a free bag. That's the only reason that this is a 2-run ball game and not a 1-run ball game.
So we get ready to change from the top of the inning to the bottom of the inning here. When we come back, more Eagles baseball.
Bottom of the 4th inning, the Sagu Lions on top 6-4. Jake Cox leading it off for the Eagles. The Eagles went through 2 relievers in the last half inning, managing to only give up 1 to the Lions. Definitely could have been a lot worse. Jake Cox swinging at the first pitch. This one skied into right center. Right fielder there to make the play. 1 away.
Up next for your Eagles, the first baseman, number 18, Joseph Boone.
1 pitch, 1 out. Joseph Boone steps into the box. Boone trying to get some offense started for your Eagles. But of course, we got a lot of baseball left to play. Long game. Boone takes a ball outside, 1-0. Big swing on the 1-0, but another fly ball. This one heading towards the line, foul territory. No one's going to be able to get to it over by the Lions bullpen, 1-1. SU just needs to look to put things back on the ground here. A lot of fly balls, a lot of pop-ups. They were at their best in that second inning when they were stringing hits together, putting them on the ground, finding holes. So Boone steps back into the box. It's 1-1 with 1 away. Big swing, but he went right through it, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Got around on it. Hard foul ball out of play towards the indoor facility. Excellent 2-strike swing there from Joseph Boone. And another ground ball, this time to the second baseman. Fields it cleanly, the throw on the run in time to get Joseph Boone 2 away.
Up next for your SU Eagles is the right fielder, number 20, Braden Browning.
Profarok has been doing very well on the bump for the Lions. Now throwing 2 innings. Has a strikeout to his name. He's working very efficiently. Browning takes a ball in the dirt. 1-0. Browning pops up. This one heading out of play. That's where to land. 1-1. The Eagles' batters recently just right under everything Profarok has thrown. Gotta be able to get on plane and hit something fair. Braden Browning 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI double early on in this game. He'll watch another ball low. 2-1. If Browning gets on, SU rolls over the lineup and moves back to the top of the order. Definitely a good situation to be in. Browning watches another ball low, 3-1. Hitters count. Here's the pitch. Big swing and ground ball through the 5-6 gap. That's going to get through for a base hit. A single for Braden Browning with 2 away.
And as we flip the rotation, Drake Sparks comes back up to hit. And he's got something to work with, even though there are 2 outs for the Eagles. A runner on base is where Sparks thrives.
Absolutely. 2 outs is not 3 outs, so there's always a chance.
Well, it's a score of 6-4 right now in favor of the Lions. We'll see if the Eagles can claw their way back up. That pitch wild inside, and now we do have a runner in scoring position. Braden Browning, our right fielder, now within striking distance.
Sparks was actually disappointed that he didn't let that hit him there. He knows his team needs another base runner.
Well, there's very few I trust more than him to manage to get a double here, so we'll see if he can put a runner in. And that's going to be strike number 1. That was a beautiful pitch inside. Sparks sat back on it, not wanting to overextend.
That's a pitcher's pitch. You just got to let that one go. That's not you.
This pitch outside, ball 2.
See right there, Profarok went to the same spot. This one just left a little bit too far out. Again, trying with the pitcher's pitch. Sparks not even going to offer at him.
Well, the freshman still adjusting to the next level of gameplay. Reverting back to old habits, that one high outside. I'm sure Browning was hoping that one would get squirrely as the pitcher and the catcher meet up.
SU is looking for any opening they can get right now. So another pass ball or wild pitch would move Browning to third, 90 feet away, and it's that much easier to score that run.
So Browning now on second. Sparks up to hit. If you're just now joining us, it'll be a hitter's count. So we'll see what can happen. For those who are fans of The Muppet Show, we are currently listening to their opening anthem right now, as all of the infielders, the pitcher, and the catcher go back to their respective positions.
You have true taste if you're a fan of The Muppet Show, a regular listener.
So once again, it's a hitter's count as Sparks steps up. today's designated hitter. That one high outside, and that's ball 4, so he'll head to first base. And now the Eagles have 2 runners on. The shortstop Tyler Reeves steps up to the plate.
Profrock visibly disappointed. Looks like we might have a pitching change here.
You see the coach step up. Another meeting quickly after that first one. And once again, it's going to be an all-hands meeting, and he will step off.
Have too many free bags, the Lions coaching staff says. They'll try to shut down the Eagles with a new pitcher.
Indeed, number 21. Jaden Harper steps up. In that first game, Luke, 1 pitcher for each team for all 7 innings. Today, both teams have gone through 3 pitchers in this one.
And it's turned from a pitching duel to an offensive showcase between these two teams. You're really getting the full range of baseball in this series.
You see that happen between 2 teams that are fierce competitors, have no love lost for each other. This is a big game for these players.
As we've mentioned before, the winner of this game has heavy postseason implications. SU has struggled in conference play so far, but knocking off a nationally ranked conference opponent would be huge for their record. Of course, SAGU has done much better in conference, but surviving this just even goes to bolster their already impressive record.
That's we'll be back once again after this pitching warm-up. You're not going to want to miss the final few innings of this outing. For Luke Young on Parker Lane, stay tuned. And welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning here on this second game of the doubleheader between the SAGU Lions and the SCU Eagles. And it looks like for your Eagles, shortstop Tyler Reeves steps back up as we have had a pitching change for the Lions. Jared Harper now on the plate to relieve the freshman Trevor Profrock.
Harper inherits a dangerous situation here, but he's only got to get 1 out.
Runner on first and second, that ball inside. So that's going to be ball 1. Now is the chance for the Eagles to capitalize. You have a new pitcher. This is his first pitch of the day so far. If you're going to score, now's the time. That's going to be ball number 2. That one low.
No, the last thing Harper wants to do right now is load the bases for Yours Gomez.
Yeah, that dude is a machine, a hitting machine. And speaking about hitting machines, Luke, did you see that somebody recently broke the record for farthest hit baseball? It was a bat attached to a machine spinning 250 miles an hour.
I did see that video, and as soon as it was hit, the bat went flying off the machine.
So I don't think we're going to see any bombs like that today. But if George Gomez gets to the plate with the bases loaded, there might be some trouble, as that's ball number 3. 3-1 count for the shortstop.
Harper is on thin ice here. A walk would be close to disastrous for the Lions.
Stares down the man at second. Pitch inside, and that's ball 4. So the bases are loaded for the Eagles with 2 outs. Gomez, the second baseman, steps up. Got a big situation to capitalize on here. Pressure's on. There are 2 outs, but you do have 3 men on bases. Just got to get 1 or 2 of them in. Cut this lead, maybe even make it a tie game.
Harper's in a dangerous situation.
Stares down second, now fires towards home. It's going to be strike 1.
Gomez has seen one now. Knows what Harper likes to throw to get a strike across.
Harper, very different pitchers from what we've seen, taking his time at the mound. That's going to be ball 1.
You see, Gomez only saw 1 pitch, but the amount of information he got from that 1 pitch is very important for this AB.
1-1 count now. That ball just barely going to hit the zone. It was a little low, but they're going to call that strike 2.
Gomez has got to fight here.
So the relief pitcher, Harper, just needs 1 strike to get out of this inning. Gomez, a hit to get one of his buddies in for a run would be huge. That ball super low. Nobody able to advance off of that mishandle. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's second baseman at the plate.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Parker.
Gomez clips it, high right side, fouls out. So we play this same game once again. Gomez versus Harper. We'll see who can come out on top between these 2 athletes. These dugouts both very loud. That pitch hits him right in the small of his back. So Gomez is going to go on to first. And that's going to bring in an Eagle to make it a 1-possession game. That's right fielder Braden Browning. And now your Eagles are within 1 as Paredes steps up to the plate, and he is dangerous, Luke.
As we were saying, Harper's in a terrible situation right now. Not only did he load up the bases, he allowed that first run across. That first run could be what opens the floodgates.
Well, it certainly doesn't help that you're throwing it up against one of the better hitters on this lineup. Paredes takes that one in the dirt. That's ball 1.
It feels like we're in the 9th inning with how hype every team is for a game this close.
We're still just barely past the halfway point. 6-5 game. Pitch inside. They're going to call that one a ball. I feel like that one could have gone either way too, Luke.
I think Dario sold that one pretty well.
It's now 2-0 count. Harper a little bit shaken, it seems. That one right down the pipe. Strike 1.
Looks like the same pitch he threw Gomez for that strike 1. So now we know for sure what he likes to throw to get a strike over the plate when he needs one. He throws a ball here, Dario might know what to be hunting.
See, they're going to call that strike 2, and once again, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. We'll see if we have another result that's similar to Gomez. Maybe not with the hit pitch, but maybe we can get another run in.
The breaking ball is on line. He's got to fight with 2 strikes.
Paredes hits that one high. First baseman's running for it. It'll be foul if it's not out, and that one is foul. So no runs scored there, but the Eagles are still in this inning.
Got himself another chance. Very lucky there. Another lease on life for Paredes.
It doesn't help for these hitters that they're hitting into the wind today.
It's a good thing he doesn't need to hit a home run to get this lead back.
Yes, indeed. Makes the home run earlier from Chapman of the Lions just that more impressive. Absolutely smoked it. So here we go, 2-2. One more strike. Keeps the Lions afloat. And now it is a full count.
Very disciplined take.
While the players may be disciplined, those in the dugout are loud. Harper. Now with the payoff pitch. Flip, third, got it. Decides to not tag him, goes to first instead.
Dario's not even running that hard.
And so that's going to be out number 3. Eagles managed to get a run at the bottom of the 4th. But it's still a 1-run game as the Lions lead 6-5.
I wonder if Dario thought that was foul. He absolutely could have beaten that out.
Well, it's something to think about. But in the meantime, we'll be back after this short break with more SCU baseball.
Top of the 5th, SU picked up another run in the bottom of 4 to make it a 6-5 ball game, but weren't able to tie it or take the lead back. So SAGU still with the advantage in this one.
SAGU been pretty impressive so far this game. Very consistent in their hitting.
Strike 1 dealt by Ashton Durham, still on the mound. The relief pitcher came in the top of the 4th, relieved Holden Kuntz. He's been waiting for his opportunity this week, let me tell you. He's been warmed up multiple times. He's chomping at the bit, ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to go. They warmed him up for the first game today, and he didn't see any playing time.
This one skied down the line in foul territory. Jose Boone almost made the catch on a dive by the Lions bullpen. What an effort by the first baseman.
Plenty of effort. Didn't quite get there, but you love to see it. It's something that all teams, no matter what level, what sport, effort is going to be the key. Effort wins out just about every time.
So counts 1-2 at the plate. Ashton Durham delivers. Got him looking. It's a strike painted on the outer corner. One away. Oh, that's a pitcher's pitch, let me tell you. There aren't many people who can hit that squarely, if hit it at all.
So Ashton Durham out to a hot start here in this 5th inning. We'll see what he can continue to do.
Durham's next pitch fouled straight back. 0-1. This is Garcia at the plate. Ball 1 dealt to the first baseman.
Yeah, Durham's going to try to test his range here, see what he can and can't get away with. The zones have been a little bit weird today, but I imagine he'll try his best to figure out what he can and can't get away with.
Well, if he keeps painting them on the outer corner, I think he'll be all right. 2-1 count at the plate. Left the ball low and in the dirt. Came back high and in. It's a hitter's count, 3-1. Huge swing by Garcia on the 3-1, but he went right through it.
Yeah, there was no slowing down that one. That was a train coming through.
Full count, one away. Time called by the batter. The 3-2 pitch. Too high, and he walks him. Garcia reaches base for the Lions. One away.
You got a man on first base, but you K'd the first one. I still don't think you're shaking up if you're Durham here. I think you just play like nothing's happened so far.
I'd have to agree with you there.
And it looks like Garcia is going to get somebody to come in and courtesy run for him.
We're in a position where one ground ball is a double play turned, and the Eagles are out of it.
So it looks like head umpire had some words with one of the coaches of the Eagles, and now things will continue on. Excuse me, the Lions, not the Eagles. I just saw him run over from the from the Eagles dugout area.
Okay, plays resumed. Durham ready to go. Yo-O to the plate. Right in there for strike one. Authoritative fastball.
Got to set the tone for this at-bat for Verdon. He's not going to give him anything for free.
One pitch is a high fastball, but couldn't get Verdon to offer at it. 1-1. There's the pickoff. Good move, but not in time. Durham just keeping that runner close. We know the Lions will still if given the opportunity. There he goes with the 1-1, fouled off down the line.
You saw Browning run after it. Wasn't quite able to get to it there, so it's going to be a 1-2 count here for Verdon.
The 1-2 pitch. Way too high, 2-2.
Very high. Just lost control there for Durham. Haven't seen it yet, so I'm not too concerned, but I'll definitely need to rein that in.
Good job by Banfield to go up and get that one. The 2-2 pitch. High again. Count moves to full. Looks like he's trying to leave one high to get a swing and a miss, but these just aren't competitive enough right now.
I think if you're Durham, you put just a little bit of movement on this ball. Maybe try to get him chasing.
How confident is he in a 3-2 off speed? We're about to find out. Runner goes. Ground ball. Reeves went to cover. Lead runner riding second, heading for third. He'll be there standing up. Runners on the corners with one away.
Yeah, Reeves took off just a second too early, maybe even a half second too early. If he had waited just a little bit longer, would have come right into the sweet spot of his glove.
SU, now the one's playing with fire.
De Los Santos up to bat, and runners on the corners is not a good look for Durham here.
All right, so they're not done yet. This could be a
Sack
double play.
bunt.
All right, a good decision by Durham just to get one there. Check the runner back, no run scores, so it's still a 6-5 ball game, but now with 2 outs.
And I don't think that's much of a loss for the Eagles. You move one runner from first to second, keep a runner on third. Sure, 2 are in scoring position now, but I think you'll take the out there because all it takes is 1 out now.
Right. All that really changes is that you don't have a force at second.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a good trade for the Eagles, I think.
Especially when Durham deals strikes like that one, 0-1.
Yeah, that was a beauty. Ain't no 2 ways about it.
A routine ground ball here ends it, gets the Eagles out of this one. Yeah, 1 pitch. Breaking ball left too far in, 1-1. Now we've seen the breaking ball. Durham set to deliver. Big swing and a miss. A great pitch to come back with after the ball's dealt.
Durham's got to be feeling pretty good right now. You still have 2 balls to give up some wiggle room to play with, and you're 1 out away.
Durham in his motion. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Spiked him.
Low. Looks like it hit. Banfield stretching out, has to walk off for just a little bit.
Again, he's back there willingly.
Mm-hmm. They know what they get into. All of them catchers understand what they have to do to be back there.
My own brother is a catcher, and I never understood it.
I don't get it. Looks like we've got a real funny guy on our PA announcing system today.
Looks like Zane's all right. We're about ready to get back into this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on second and third. 1 pitch could be all it takes from Durham. Left the breaking ball too high and in. Count moves to full.
He's really been testing that high inside. I don't know if it's his pitch is just a little bit off the mark or if he's trying to paint. I'm really not sure.
And it's a walk. Durham wanted strike 3, but it's not given to him.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Bases loaded, 2 away.
And now who else but the man who scored a home run off the first pitch of this game is up at bat.
Looks like we'll have a bit of a visit from pitching coach Kyle Vale here just to calm down his pitcher. Remind him he only needs 1 out. But, of course, as you just mentioned, Parker, this is a dangerous batter to have at the plate. Durham has to be careful what he leaves over in the zone here.
All right, this is a dangerous place for the Eagles. We'll see what they can cook up to hopefully get out of this inning.
The 0-0 to Chapman. Just missed the upper half of the zone, 1-0.
Yeah, that'd have been a little high.
Durham's already going, 1-0. Check swing, fouled off, 1-1.
Chapman realized right as it hit the bat that would have been a mistake. And indeed it was. So that's going to be strike 1 for him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Durham in his motion. Here's the pitch. Hard foul ball heading towards the indoor facility. 1-2 count at the plate.
And that landed in the Eagles' bullpen.
That landed in the bullpen?
It looks like it.
Well, the Eagles have action in the bullpen, so I hope that didn't hit anybody. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in this half inning. Durham's pitch. Spiked, but knocked down by Banfield. Catcher's beginning his work in back there today. You just cut down on those pitches he spikes.
There's been quite a few into the dirt so far for him. I wonder if that's helping him or hurting him.
2-2 fouled off. Chapman stays alive. Number 4 for the Lions, refusing to go down without a fight. This battle between Durham and Chapman, something to remember. Got him swinging. The high cheese sits down. Chapman gets the Eagles out of a dangerous top half of the inning. Excellent decision to change up the eye level by Ashton Durham there.
Whew, quite the pitch indeed.
The first 0 put up by the Lions in this game 3 comes in the top half of the 5 as we move into the bottom half of this inning. SU will look to tie up this game and potentially take a lead. Bottom of the 5th, Phoenix Nelson leading it off for the SU Eagles. Odin Nelson swung on, but he came up empty 0-1.
Yeah, it's been an up and down day for the left fielder. Had his highs, had his lows so far. He's been in a little bit of a slump at the home plate. We'll see if he can turn that around.
His next pitch, check swing. Home umpire says he did go around, so 0-2. Phoenix quickly behind. He's got to battle up with 2 strikes here. The 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball right into the zone. A 3-pitch strikeout makes out number 1 in the bottom of 5. That's Jaden Harper's first strikeout of his outing. With 1 away, Zane Banfield steps into the box. Catcher's had his work cut out for him behind the plate. Now he carries a lot of the hope of the SU offense in this inning. If he can get on base, the Eagles have a chance to tie it. Banfield takes the ball low, 1-0.
Yeah, this is an important stretch for the Eagles. You're looking at the last 4 or 5 guys in your rotation. See if they can pony up, get something done.
1-0 pitch, also low, 2-0. The bottom half of the Eagles lineup were the saviors in the walk-off on game 1. Jake Cox had the hit that secured it, but Zane Banfield had a big hit himself. Big cut on the 2-0, but a pop-up into left field. This one not going near deep enough. Left fielder there to make the catch.
Yeah, no problem for Venable. Just sat underneath that one, put it away, and now the Eagles find themselves down 2 outs as Jake Cox steps up.
Not exactly the swing he wanted on a 2-0 pitch. A little bit too high. Regardless, Jake Cox steps into the box. Cox takes a breaking ball that broke right into the zone for strike 1. Harper set, ready to deal. 0-1 offering. Too far out. 1-1. Cox is one of the better batters at working an AB into a very long AB.
Really understands what his pitch is. He's constantly looking for it, not really wanting to bite on anything else. Now, of course, that has its downsides, like that pitch right there, but whenever you're not chasing balls like that, it does work out in your favor occasionally.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball. Umpire says 2 in. That was an excellent spot. I got to be honest, I'm for the Eagles all the way, but I believe that was strike 3.
It probably was strike 3. But it will be a ball. Now it's 2-2.
Foul tip right back into the mid, and that'll be out number 3. The Eagles put up another 0 in the bottom of 5, and they're now starting to run out of chances to make a comeback here in Game 3.
2 more innings. We'll see what they can do. They're just down 1. But for a game that started off as hot as it did, I mean, you look at the first 2 innings, 2-1, 2-3. Then you look at the next 3 innings, 1-0, 1-1, 0-0. So the offense has definitely slowed down some. We'll just see if the Eagles have enough left in the tank to close this one out strong.
Till then, Durham's got to put up another 0 for the Lions. The pitcher's next outing, next. Top of the 6th here at Eagle Field. As MLB stadiums around the world are getting ready for opening day, we're getting into the later innings here at Eagle Field in Bethany, Oklahoma. It's a 6-5 ball game. Sagu favor over your Eagles. They're working quick.
Luke, I'll be honest. We've been watching baseball all day, and I'm going to go home and probably watch more baseball.
Honestly, that's living the dream. That ball dealt too low and in the dirt. 2-1. I mean, if your day is just baseball, you're living the life.
It's been a pretty good weekend so far. Ooh, that one.
Ooh, spotted up, out, high and out.
Hit the very corner of that box there.
2-2 pitch, swung on, but a foul ball. Day stays alive. Well, 1-2 for the Lions has been a very hard batter to get out. He hits a lot of foul balls. Does not go down easily.
He is often swinging. He probably should just let that one stay a ball. That one was inside. This one is
a weak chopper. Ashton elected to let Dario try and get it, but Dario wasn't fast enough on the uptake. So Day reaches on an infield single. No one away.
Quick update from Panhandle. SU softball has clinched the series, winning game 4, 7-6.
A runner on first with no one away. A ground ball makes 2 outs potentially. Durham's first pitch in there, strike 1. Back pick attempt. Very close, but not in time. That was a good decision by Banfield.
Still going to be strike number 1, though, against the first baseman, Collins. I think that's just a good play overall.
So 0-1, the count at the plate. Collins lets that one go. It's in the dirt, 1-1.
Yeah, Dale is really testing the pitcher and the catcher here, trying to get them out of their comfort zone. Testing the limit to what he can get away with over there at first base.
Might see a pickoff move for too long, but Ashton goes to the plate. That is a hard foul ball down the right field line. 1-2.
For you Eagles fans, what's going on with the rest of the school right now? Your Eagles softball just clinched the series against the OPSU Aggies up in the Panhandle currently. So congratulations to them as that one is fouled high and behind.
Eagles softball has been having a good year so far.
Been having a very good year so far.
Back in the baseball action, the count is still 2-2 at 1-2 after another foul ball. Haven't seen the runner go yet. This one left too high. Counting's out 2-2. Well, through 2 games, the Lions haven't been any less aggressive on the base pass no matter the inning. If they feel it's necessary, they will send a runner. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, but it came up empty in the back pick attempt. Almost to strike him out, throw him out. But the Eagles only pick up 1.
See, you didn't get him out either of those 2 attempts at first, but what happened both times is now that runner has a face and eyes full of dirt. Huge clouds knocked in both times, and I can speak from experience how much that can throw you off your rhythm. Yeah, that was the worst, just getting a big old mouth full of dirt. Golly.
Runner goes, but this one's a foul ball. Maybe nil advised swing there. 0-1 count the plate. Runner has to go back to first.
Yeah, number 9, Venable, the left fielder probably should have just let that one go outside, taking the ball, and have your first baseman get a steal.
Unless it was a hit and run. I'd rather have the foul ball and have him run back to first and get chewed out by my coach. So 0-1 the count. Ashton delivers. Another foul ball. Browning running over, but there's no chance for that one, 0-2. Durham working very confidently after a big strikeout to end the last half inning, or the last inning. He's got a chance to force the Lions to put up another 0. The 0-2 pitch. Just missed the outer half.
Yeah, you've got some wiggle room to play around there. See if you can't clip the outside edge, but it was an 0-2 count. I don't think anybody's expecting you to put it down the pipe.
Right, again, all he needs is a weak ground ball to turn 2 on, and they're out of this inning. Pick off, not good. Keeping him close. Part of these pickoffs is keeping him close. They do want that double play intact.
Ooh.
Oh. Zane can't believe it behind the plate. He's smiling, he's laughing in disbelief. He thought he had the runner by a mile.
That was almost a wild pitch. Some heads-up play by the catcher kept that one from really getting out of hand.
Yeah, that pitch was coming up here to us. We probably could have caught that up here and framed it. So the count's 2-2. Durham delivers. There it is, a ground ball to Gores at second. He's going to flip it to Reeves. The play picked by Joseph Boone. It's a double play to end the inning.
That was a nice glove pass from second to short there at second base.
Well, I've been waiting on it, Parker, and we finally got to see the double play ball. The Lions put up another 0 in the top of 6, and SCU is still in this game. Bottom of the 6, SU still in this one. Joseph Boone leading it off for the Eagles in the bottom. It's a 6-5 ball game, has been for almost 2 innings now. Almost 3 innings now, rather. Yo, to Boone. Oh, and it hits him. A hit by pitch to get things started. Runner on, no one away.
I think if you're Boone, you take that every time. I think you're totally fine getting hit by the pitch, first batter up.
I have to agree with you there. I think the trade-off, the pain for the free base, is in his favor.
We'll see if he's saying that tomorrow, but for right now, that's a good trade.
If the Eagles win, I'm sure he'll be all for it tomorrow. Brandon Browning in the box. The 0-0 to right fielder, squares around for a bunt. That one went over his head. Boone is going to take second and be there on a slide. Excellent heads-up base running.
He is. If you're Browning, I think you might also take the pitch there.
That one, we are not lying. That went right at his head.
You got to jump into it. You got to jump and twist. Well, now there's a runner on second. Browning in the box. Starting to get exciting, Luke.
1 ball, no strikes. Pickoff attempt. No good. Boone's ready for it. The Lions defense actually sold a bunt coverage there to try and fake out the runner, Boone. That is very interesting. I can't say I've seen that too many times.
Well, the Lions went for a fake pickoff earlier on second base.
1-0. Swung on. Fly ball, right field. Taking the right fielder back towards the line. He makes a catch, but Boone tags up from second, and he'll be at third on a slide. 1 away, but a man 90 feet away.
That's basically just a more impressive sack bunt, Luke. I think I'm okay with that one, too, especially because you still just have 1 out and then a runner on third.
Braden did his job. He put a ball in the outfield and allowed the runner to tag up. And all it takes is a base hit to knock in a run and tie this game up.
And with the rotation flipping, Sparks now up to bat. Finally starting to get into some of our hitters who have been hot today.
Sparks has got a great opportunity here. Do your job, get the bat in the next man's hands, and you'll be all right. But it looks like, in the meantime, we'll have a mound visit. This makes sense. Agu trying not to let this one get out of hand. And it will be a pitching change.
An interesting call. I didn't think they were going to pull. I don't think they're going to pull Durham out like that, but it looks like they are. And they're going to bring in a closer.
Well, while we let the closer get warmed up, It is a 6-5 ball game. Eagles knocking on the door in this game 3. Don't go anywhere. As Parker said before, this one's just getting interesting. Pitching change concluded. It's Cade Hendricks on the mound for the Lions. This is an arm the Eagles saw in Game 1 this weekend. A very interesting decision by the Lions head coach. We'll see if the Eagles batters can get to an arm they've seen before.
Well, they obviously think he's shaking it off now that he's back. Let's see if he can get something going for the Lions here. They are still up 1. They do have a runner at third for the Eagles.
That lead could evaporate very quickly. Sparks only needs a base hit. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing. Took him down to a knee. 1-1. You can tell from that swing he was trying to pull something into the gap. He's not looking to hit it anywhere else. Something in that 3-4 gap maybe? One from Hendricks. It's a squeeze.
Third base.
He's
Safe!
safe!
Oh my goodness, can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I thought he was dead to rights. Home plate umpire called him safe. It's a tie ball game. The squeeze bunt works out.
And the Lions look confused as we have multiple purple jerseys go over to talk to the home plate umpire, including head coach. Now, that one could have gone either way, Luke, but my goodness, that's an emotional run for the Eagles.
I cannot believe that. I didn't think they would try it at all. Coach Blackwell had me confused with that call. I didn't expect the squeeze bunt there. Tie ball game, a runner on first, one away. Tyler Reeves stepping into the box.
I say it worked out in their favor.
Have the floodgates opened.
Runner on first, shortstop now up to bat.
This could be the inning where it all changes. Yo, to Reeves. Too high, ball 1.
It's interesting to bring in a closing pitcher who got beat in the first game of this series. I'm not sure what the head coach was thinking there.
1-0 to Reeves. Just missed inside, 2-0.
And I think the momentum has shifted firmly on the side of the Eagles now, Luke. You can feel it from the dugout to the field to the players.
To us up here in the press box. Hendricks 2-0. Found the zone with that one, 2-1.
I don't think it's unfair to say that the momentum change came from pulling Ashton Durham when he was still doing, as far as I was concerned, okay. I didn't think he was doing terrible at that point.
Two one, found the zone, but skips away from the catcher. However, Drake does not run on it. 2-2.
Oh, you're totally right. Dadgummit.
2-2. Ground ball right to the shortstop. He's going to flip it to 2 for 1. The throw to first in time for the double play, but the Eagles have tied it up in the bottom of 6. Parker is coming down to the last inning again.
Tie game coming into the 7th. Couldn't be more excited. After this short break, we will be back with this thrilling conclusion between your SCU Eagles and the Sagoo Lions. And welcome back, everybody, to the top of the 7th and final inning of this doubleheader as your SCU Eagles are tied 6 apiece with the Sagoo Lions. Kicking things off here in this final inning, I'm Parker Lane, joined by Luke Young. And as Ashton Durham gets things started against Compamizi, he knocks one into right field, and that's perfectly into the glove of Braden Browning. So the Eagles get up quickly with 1 out. And things are starting to shape up. The energy here at Eagle Field has shifted, Luke.
Absolutely it has, and you can tell by just the way Ashton Durham is throwing now. He didn't even hit for the Eagles. He's a pitcher, and he still feels all the energy of that offense.
First baseman checks his swing. That's going to be ball number 1.
Yeah, Ashton just checking where that one is. They say it's up.
Going to test the water some. It's nice when you get a strike like that, already having 1 out early in this one.
Went up for a ball, then went even further up for a swing and a miss.
If you get this first baseman reaching.
Oh, I hit him in the foot.
Indeed it did. So he'll walk on over to first. And now stepping up to bat. It's going to be number 15, I have in my notes Jew Verdon, but I don't think that's right.
JV
Verdon. Verdon. I'm a mess. JV, not JU. We both sat down and looked at the notes, and we looked at it, and we couldn't figure out what was happening. And speaking of not figuring out what's happening, it looks like the Sagu Lions head coach is talking to the head umpire right now.
They'll have a courtesy runner, or a pinch runner, rather, for the first baseman.
So now Verdon's up to bat. Lions have a runner on first, up against 1 out already.
Ground ball for a double play could get them out of this inning.
A beautiful strike.
Clearly not what Verdon was looking for. As he just kind of said, yeah, it's a strike. Let's move on.
Tries to shake it off, gets back in there. It's now 0-1 pitch. High, goes to first. Call him safe. So now it's a 1-1 pitch with 1 out.
I almost start to wonder if Zane is showing that back pick too much. Because now these Lions runners are expecting it.
Hit by Verdon high. Nobody can find it. I think that one went back behind the press box, so it's a 1-2 count. Durham just needs one more strike here to put the Lions in a hole 2 deep. One-two pitch. Swing fouled off right once more.
I will say I do love JV Verdon's swing. It's very fast. His hands whip right through the zone. That's how he fouls off so many.
That being said, once he finds that sweet spot, Luke, it is tough to pull it down. Foul number 3. This umpire is fast running out of balls.
Still 1-2 count. Durham has a couple balls to work with.
Fouled off again. That's 4 straight fouls for Verdon. He is not wanting to go out of this one standing still.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see something out of the zone here.
Yeah, expect Durham to try to put a little movement on it. Batter requests some more time. Those just now tuning in, it's a tie game at the top of the 7th, the final inning today. Another hit, this time to right field. That one is deep, and it's fair. Runner at third, now heading to home.
Throw in.
Ball to home, safe. So now the Lions up 1 once again with a runner on second.
Throw was pretty decent home, just not in time. That was a great hit down the line by JV Verdon. That's what we were saying. We probably need to throw him something out of the zone. He's fouling off too many.
He was bound to connect with one of them. So now a change of runner once more. And Sagu is celebrating like they just won the game. Man, they are fired up over there, Luke.
Well, the way this game has been in the later innings, it might be, but I wouldn't put it past this Eagles lineup to score 2 in the final half inning. As we've seen, they can explode for multiple runs, and this game is not over until it's over.
Pitch gets him swinging, and that's the catcher, De Los Santos. So he's got 1 strike now. The Lions do have a runner in scoring position. Check swing, that'll be ball 1.
Close pitch there.
It's a 1-1 count. Durham staring down the runner on second. Doesn't want him to get away. De Los Santos knocks that one foul just outside of that third base. So that'll be strike number 2.
Well, this is where he had Verdon. Foul ball after foul ball, drove up his pitch count until Verdon got a hold of one. He's got to make it the best pitch here. He needs a fast out.
Yeah, can't give any more runs up at this point in the game. Got to close things out strong. Caught him swinging, and that's out number 2. Ashton Durham caught De Los Santos chasing the ball outside. And so now stepping up to bat will be the right fielder, Nick Mosley, for the Sagu Lions.
If SU keeps that deficit to 1 here, this game is completely doable.
We'll see if the Lions leave the door open enough. Pitch high inside. Pitch very high inside, over the head of Mosley even. One-oh pitch. Durham slowing things down considerably. Mosley shot to right field. Right field can't quite bring it down, and that brings another runner home.
Actually, I think he did catch that.
Oh, he did bring it down. Wow. I saw like 3 things hit the ground over there. His hat, his sunglasses, and I thought it was the ball. But it looks like he's going to pull that one down to close the first half of this inning with only 1 run against your Eagles.
That was a crazy play out there in right field. I don't know how he secured that one.
I think I saw the sunglasses hit the ground. I didn't bring my binoculars today, Luke.
All right, well, here we go. Eagles' last chance, down 1.
All right, stick around. You're not going to want to miss the bottom half of this 7th inning. Your Eagles with a chance to come away with the Series 1 against the Sagu Lions. We'll be back in a bit. And as we start the final half inning today, your SCU Eagles down 1, heading into the final stretch of this doubleheader at bat now. The second baseman, George Gomez, up against Cade Hendricks, hits one off the tip of his bat, fouled right side. So that'll be strike 1. Parker Lane, Luke Young. Luke, this has been an exciting one, and it all comes down to this.
Fitting, considering how the first game went and how the second game went. I don't think the third game could end any other way.
They're going to call that a strike low inside, just painted the corner of the box, and so Gomez finds himself in an 0-2 hole quickly.
SU needs all the base runners they can get. Yours just got to get on base somehow.
Pitch in the dirt. So now it's a 1-2 count. Gomez, number 3 in the rotation today. Coming up behind him, though, are some heavy hitters. Paredes, Nelson, Banfield. Luke, wasn't it Banfield who had the walk-off winner last
Cox had the walk-off. A little bit further down the lineup, but Banfield no doubt had a clutch AB in that inning himself.
That's what it was. That ball high inside, even count now at 2.
Disciplined take with 1-2.
That pitch low, and it's a full count now for the second baseman.
Excellent job by Gomez to hold up on that one. What was an 0-2 count is now a full count.
Patience has led him to this point. Now the payoff.
It's a walk. He did it. A base runner in the bottom of 7.
So Gomez gets on base. That's exactly what the Eagles needed. Now up to hit number 35, Dario Paredes. The third baseman steps up. He's hit some cannons today.
There will be no bunt sign here. There's not going to be any small ball. They're going to let Dario hit.
You don't have any out so far. You have a man on base. This is the perfect time to just start swinging.
Lions defense playing heavy shift left.
Check swing, strike 1 though. Swings for that one, would have been outside, make it strike 2 now. Yeah, you said it, Luke. We are swinging for the fences here.
No reason not to. He's your 4-hole for a reason. He's got the power that can make a difference.
That ball very much inside, decided to step back instead of take it, and Luke is frustrated that he didn't just let it hit him.
If he's going to give you the free bag.
So 1-2 count. Swings, bloops it over to short. Short has it. Gets the out at second.
No, they might call interference.
They are going to call
interference
instead. So that's going to be 2 outs for the Eagles. A dreadful turn of events.
Gomez went down for a slide. He just did it much too late. That's why I knew it. I knew he should have let it hit him.
So now up to bat, number 17, left fieldman Phoenix Nelson. Had some hitting troubles earlier today. He's going to have to pull out a miracle to secure a win in this one.
SU down to their last out.
That ball high outside. No framing could fix that. A big swing from Nelson. He's running that ball outside, so that'll be a foul and strike 1 for the left fielder.
As long as there's an out to give, this game isn't over yet. It's going to take a lot from this Eagles lineup.
1-1 count for the freshman out of Marietta, Georgia. It's caught swinging again. That's strike 2.
Could be the final strike. Nelson's got to battle up. Come on, Phoenix.
That pitch way outside. Even count, 2 apiece. 2 outs to go along with it. That pitch high, and now it's a full count with 2 outs, and it's all resting on the shoulders of Phoenix Nelson. shot right over the pitcher's mound. Waves him off. And Hendricks pulls it away. So as the last out is had here at Eagle Field, your Eagles fall back-to-back games against the Lions. 6-7 in this one. Luke, not the way you want to end the day, but a hard-fought battle. You lost both games by 2 points, a combined 2 points, that is.
My heart can't take it, Parker. I thought they had it. The interference call killed it.
Indeed, stalled all momentum that this team had. So your final score here today, 6-7 on the back of this doubleheader. Luke, can you tell us a little bit more about when the Eagles play next?
Well, yes, I can. They return to action next week. They have multiple games. On Tuesday, they head up to Bartlesville to play Oklahoma Wesleyan. And on Friday, they have a tri-match, actually Friday and Saturday, against Bacone and Crowley's Ridge. So there's a lot of baseball on the docket next week.
And it's all bound to be fun for Luke Young. I'm Parker Lane, and we thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast. Have an amazing rest of your weekend.
Thank you for joining us, Parker.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.